And our volunteer has sent through and has come through in a big way to bring a couple of interviewees. I don't know about you, Shoey, but I'm excited.
Oh, I'm quite happy. I'm very excited watching them walk over.
Nothing makes me happier than seeing Barry with a smile on his face, but the fact that him and Williams have come across for a chat. The boys. Sensational stuff. So the boys have come across for a chat. I'll leave it up to my co-host Shoey to decide / designate who will be interviewed / have a chat with first.
Yep, no worries. If you want to pass your mic to these fine gentlemen over here. And I suppose we can ask a couple of questions, can't we? How you going, fellas? How are you liking the test match so far? Maybe start with you, Babu.
Yeah, good. I guess it doesn't help getting out and watching proceedings for the rest of the day, but other than that, it's been good. We're in a good position, I think. So.
Yeah, I've got a pretty good question for you, Finn, but we'll save that. What's your take on the test match so far?
It's been good. Unfortunately, a little bit of rain yesterday morning, and then 3 balls into the game, I've fielded the ball and slipped over. So great start to the test match we've had there, but it's been going well.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, the first test match we played, it was worse conditions than this, and it was pretty much like playing on mud.
We got on at 5 p.m.
Yeah, 5 p.m. on the first day, and pretty much you fall over and you were just soaked. Yeah, or try and stop the ball. That happened to me quite a few times as well. We do have a pretty important question here from Nathan Kane. I guess you're familiar with him, Mr. Williams.
That would be my boss.
Oh, nice. Yeah. He's asked if you need some PVA glue to stick on a mow, because he said you've been growing it for 21 years.
Yeah. 21 years of growth. It's starting to come through a little bit. I don't know if you can see it now, but got a little bit coming through. But
there's a bit of light coming off.
Yeah, a bit of light.
A little bit of light.
It's just very blonde. It's thick, but it's just very blonde, so it blends in with the skin.
Yeah.
Nah, unfortunately, I'll just blame that one on my dad. Can't grow a mow in the family to save ourselves. So, but luckily I've still got hair left on my head. So we'll start with that. We'll keep with that. So.
Hey mate, just young mate, it does go.
Yeah. It's already started going. That's why I wear the hat everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, no, very good. We have got some commentary questions as well. We'll just bring some of those up, eh?
I did actually have a bit of a question for Babu. Now, Babu, obviously we have given you a lot of great plaudits from the commentary box about just being the perfect human. But word on the street is you did quite well at the quiz night last night.
Well, yeah, can't complain. Took the money home, so yeah, the team were happy.
There's nothing this man can't do too.
Who was your team with? Who was in your team there, Babu? Maybe give us a bit of a description.
We've got a quiz team that goes occasionally. We've got a quiz team that goes occasionally to the pub for a quiz.
So you rigged it as well.
Yeah, a little bit. So it's just those guys. A couple of family members forced to come in. So I'm glad we got something out of it.
And a couple of friends as well, wasn't it, Babu? A couple of good friends, apparently.
Yeah.
Careful, you might get him in trouble here. He's got a couple of good friends.
I would imagine he's only got 1 or 2 good friends, surely.
It was a good night. Can't complain.
Very good.
Oh, righto. So, she was just telling me to ask you a couple of questions. Like, shit, okay. But it's actually giving me the questions to ask. So, actually, no, we'll start with you, Finn. We'll go back and forth a little bit. So, Finn, mate, we did send a questionnaire out. I'm not sure if it did go to Seddon.
Yeah, it has a couple of...
Okay, so it did get through to Seddon as well.
Yep.
Couple of nicknames that you've either been given or ideally not given to yourself, because that gets to slightly sad territory, but any nicknames that have come across for you?
Just before you start, your first initial of your first name and your first initial of your last name is not a great nickname.
No.
Like BK, for example.
No, I've had a few ones. The first one that I really started playing Prem cricket is Stifler. that's because a couple of people in the team reckon my mother's quite attractive. So that one stuck for a while. So that was a good one. It was a good one. So I started off my career strong there, and then I've really legs is the only other one I've got. Just being a lanky bastard. So, but yeah, Stifler's the main one that I've got.
Yeah,
So.
I don't think you can go past that, mate.
No, it's a pretty good one, eh?
Yeah, you've got to win. When you start off that strong, you're almost not really needing to continue to try adapt for that.
Yeah. I think you just take what you're given, eh? And you just go on about your day.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, the bloke that's sitting beside you, not only is he a sensational human, the idea, I don't know why it didn't happen straight away. It's called Fabio, the sensational looking bloke on a lot of romance novels. Fortunately, the Wizard got a hold of that. And with the surname of Babu, surely it's going to be Babio. Oh, just how Babio came about. Now, obviously, Babio has grown in leaps and bounds, but is there any others that we haven't pulled up for you yet?
No,
perhaps?
not really. Normally it's just short forms of the name. The boys are pretty lazy. Yeah. Creativity is a bit low, so it's either Jake or Babs. So yeah, I think
That's
your
the
one's
job.
getting a few legs, unfortunately. Yeah.
It's always the ones that no one wants that start sticking as well, which is always good.
Very good.
What else you got for me there? Oh, now I do know that you are a proud member of the Waipuna Valley Cricket Club as well.
Yeah.
What other where did the cricket journey start for you?
Played pretty young, I think. As an Indian, you don't have any choice, but you play.
Son of an Englishman, mate. Same deal.
Yeah, same
Yep.
deal, right? So, cricket from primary school all the way through. Grew up in Te Kaupira, so played local there at the school and club there. Played a little bit of cricket in between with Waikato Valley and things like that. So,
Nice.
been a few years of playing.
Yeah, and I do believe the Wizard made his debut against Waipuna, and I believe he played that game as well, where we did have one young Christian Clark
Yes.
show up just before he started playing for Northern Districts, and he decided to. I think he almost just made it a personal mission to try lose the ball,
Yes.
hitting about 93 off 27 rocks.
Wow.
Apparently feeling under the weather too.
Yeah, I believe he had a cold. Or actually probably a stomach bug
think
because
it's
he had
stomach
to make
bug,
a few
yeah.
trips off the field that day. And for you, Finney, what pays the bills for you?
What pays the
Keep
bills?
it at PG as well, please. I don't need OnlyFans subscription lines.
Yeah, nah, unfortunately my feet aren't that attractive, so I can't get on there. Day job's a mechanic, so just a grease monkey really,
Cool,
just getting
cool.
down and dirty.
Nice.
But good with the hands, you know, so keeps us busy in the afternoons. So.
And in the mornings. Well, so as a bit of a grease monkey, without starting to go down the rabbit hole of car enthusiasm, if you won Lotto tonight, what's the first car that's going to go into the garage?
Unfortunately, I've already got one, but either a Ford Escort or a Porsche.
Ooh,
So
slightly different ends of the scale there.
yeah,
In
it's
terms of
different ends of the scale.
rarity.
Yeah.
Which one have you already got?
Yeah, unfortunately I don't already have a Porsche. I wish I did, but I've already got the Escort that me and my father built up, so that's all sitting at home in the garage. So
Nice family. Was it meant to be the family project, or did Dad just have it in the garage and you decided to start tinkering?
We went out and brought it when I was about 15, 16. So Dad brought it for $6,500, and then by the time I could drive, he decided to sell it to me for $11,500. So I feel like there might have been a bit of a price increase between them.
So he's taught you capitalism from a young
Yeah,
age.
pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah.
Good. Oh, alrighty. What one have we got up next for us? Shoey. Okay, next time. Oh, and your cricketing history, so you did mention that you did fortunately get probably an unbeatable nickname for the rest of your life,
Yep.
starting to play your club cricket, but where did that start for you as well, your club cricket?
So my club cricket started in Malku, so Patamahai, and then during my senior levels it's kind of been bouncing around a bit, but really found a home at Waiuku, which is really where things started kicking off. nicknames and all that kind of garbage. So. Yeah, been there for 3-4 years now. So
Nice. And with it being up in, I'd imagine there'd be like Counties Manukau
Yep.
competition. How do Waiuku and yourself usually perform in that comp?
depends on the time of the day, really. So
Yep.
in the mornings we're pretty useless, but we get there sometimes. Middle of the pack, you know, settling down.
Oh,
So-
good. And Babu, now we've already spoken about this many times, and unfortunately viewers cannot see that he's also popped his collar as well, just to add to the swagger. So yourself, Babu, what pays the bills in the Babu household?
So I'm operations manager at a milk testing lab called Milk Test New Zealand, owned by Fonterra and Tatua, so in the dairy industry, based in Hamilton.
I don't see too many farmers driving around in a Range Rover. I don't know about you, Shoey, but can I safely assume that's not the vehicle you take to and from work?
It was the upgrade about 15 years coming, so I had to get a new car because I had a company car before that, and my last car that I bought, I think I was telling you the other day, was 1995 Honda Civic. Reliable. Japanese car of the year, 1995. And I bought it off Trade Me off a guy. When I went to pick it up, he was a few bottles deep. He gave me a free bag of whitebait as well.
Jeez, you've got to love a New Zealand Trade Me deal.
Yeah. So yeah, when I came to buy this car, that same amount of money wasn't cutting it for what was 15 years ago. So I'm going all in. Yeah.
God, love that though, mate. And obviously we're still tailing in the first innings. We've got Regan and the Sheriff in, looking quite set last night. How do we think? I'm not sure why you touched wood. They're fine. We don't believe in commentators cursing this comms box. It's only when G Lane's around. How do you reckon you're going to approach starter today? So we've heard from Shoey that Cole has kept the same batting plan of bat. How do you reckon these two are going to approach starter day 2?
I think Sheriff in particular is quite an aggressive man in general. I think it wouldn't serve him well to try and contain the beast. So I think he's better to play his natural game, bat for as long as we can. But yeah, play his natural game, play some shots. If we can get near 180, I think we'd be pretty happy with the position.
Now, what no one else can see apart from Shoey and myself is some of the answers that have come through from the questionnaire. And I don't believe on the Sheriffs, one of the nicknames, I don't think any of them was the Beast. I feel that may kick
Could be
off as
coming.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
The Sheriff does go down well, everyone.
Yeah.
But, geez, can't contain the Beast. I think that's going to be beautiful. And funny, mate, without obviously giving away any secrets, because obviously, there's 3 Movember members sitting around you. But what's Captain Fenwick giving you guys as the approach for the start of day 2?
Captain Fenwick hasn't really given much of a pep talk so far this test match. So
Did someone unfortunately leave some cards in the changing rooms?
yeah, so unfortunately they are currently playing card games upstairs. But I think the plan is just to go out there and take 2 wickets as fast as we can, and then just have a nap for the rest of the day. So that's the start of the plan.
You've got to love a bowling captain, don't you? Just wants to get the wickets out so he can go sit down. No, love that. And as we can see over your shoulder there, boys, we do have Captain Fenwick and Ben Strang, who, for some reason, while it was absolutely pelting down, walking, moving at an even slower speed now. I'm not sure he's part lizard, that
Do you
boy.
reckon they're trying to look good for the camera?
There is a good chance they are, because that hand movement through the hair from Strang was on point. Fenwick's just tried to replicate and realised he doesn't have as much hair. But yeah, looks like we've got some of the seniors heading out there. You, from a bowling perspective there, Finney, like, yes, a slower bowler. We're not going to say a slow bowler, a slower bowler. Seemed to be coming out all right yesterday.
Yeah, it felt pretty good. Definitely the pitch helps a lot. That pitch is going to break up very fast, and I think in the next couple of days, the more we bet on it, the worse it's going to get to bet on. Which, from a bowling point of view, is I love it. So, but, yeah, so I'm excited to see what happens in the second innings. But felt good coming out of the hand yesterday. So,
It's got a question from me there, Finney, as well. So, how would you describe your bowling? You said you wouldn't describe him as a slower bowler, but how would you describe your bowling and the technique that you use?
lazy.
Lazy?
Just stock standard, nothing to it.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy, just roll the arm over, get it down there and see what happens.
Do you model yourself in any current players, possibly?
Nah, not really any current players. Watched a little bit of Mitchell Santner when I was younger, just being the same kind of build, real lanky off spinner.
That's where I was going with that. Do you like that? How that led that to that
I
answer?
don't know, because I could see where you're going with that, but I feel it's almost, apart from the height, in terms of approach to the crease, it was looking quite Neil Wagner-ish yesterday.
Yeah, I have been known to bowl quite the quick of an arm ball, so I have been known to be the pace spin bowler in the club. So
that's why we don't call them slow bowlers, Shoey. They're slow,
I get it. Just one more thought on that too. We did make a comment yesterday quite a few times how fast you're getting through your overs. Is that a tactic or is it a ploy to?
Nah, it's kind of just a natural thing that if I'm bowling dots, I normally just get back to the crease and just bowl another one. Just the more dots I bowl, the more pressure I put on the batsman, I suppose. So
yeah, it does look like we're possibly going to get some play out there, but I do have a question for Babu because it has been already quoted by many people from yesterday that the ball of the test match has already been bowled early yesterday. You had a front row seat to that delivery of the test match it's already been labelled. How did you view it? Would you put that leave in the good or bad leave category due to the amount of movement that ball received off the seam?
Yeah, I think we're talking about two different balls. I thought we were talking about my LBW. It was a perler. Yeah. Interesting. I think first few overs of a test match, you should probably expect that to go over the top of the stumps. So a little bit unlucky.
Don't defend the guy.
Yeah, sorry. We've got to bat again. So yeah,
100%. I would totally defend that better too.
but I think what we're
Finn's trying to say it was a straight one. He was down to third man. He'd know.
we're forgetting is that G-Lane cursed you during didn't the over break. He'd put the curse on you.
I do believe he did put a bit of a G-Lane.
So I
did put another curse on the Movember openers. That's 2 test matches in a row. He's done an interview with the openers to have a wicket fall 2 balls later.
Yeah, exactly.
But yes, yours did seem to be a bit of a tough delivery as well. It seemed to keep it a little bit lower.
Thank you. Yeah, let's go with that. Or I missed the straight one, but
We don't do that at Movember. We don't miss the straight ones. Doesn't sound like us at all.
Just got another question for you there, Stifler. Nathan's asked again, how is the shoulder going?
yeah, shoulder's going great. Unfortunately, my mate decided he would crash into a parked car a couple of weeks ago. So
Were you in the car with him?
yeah,
or-
so my parents happened to be walking down the sidewalk, and I was halfway out the window, and I assume he's just got a little bit distracted by my mother's beauty, you know, and hit a parked car. So had a little bit of a shoulder mishap, but
Oh dear.
seems to be going alright. It's quite sore, a bit stiff, but
Is it like a proper serious injury or do you just
nah,
strain
not
some muscles
according to
or-
the doctors. I'm
that
just
alright?
milking it out a little bit now. So
Yeah, okay. did you have some time off work?
yeah, just a little bit.
Nice.
Don't tell the boss.
Yeah,
that,
no,
so
he's not listening, don't worry about it. Yeah, he's obviously not doing a lot of work because he keeps
No,
calling
he's
each other.
obviously not, eh? Might have to ring his boss.
Good. Well, to be fair, gents, it does look like the Seven boys are slowly starting to make their way out. So I'd hate for you, Finney, to miss another stirring team talk from Captain Fenwick. But we do very much so appreciate your time, both of you. We do love to get more content through for the stream, so we do appreciate it. We will possibly be actually talking to you for a bit longer, possibly, because it looks like there's some rain that's just decided to come through.
Is that the commentator's curse again?
I believe that's G Lane's area. We don't do commentary curses in here, but it does look like the others are starting to head back into the sheds again. But we do appreciate your time, boys, and I think you're about to be volunteered to go help with the covers.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Have fun with the covers in the wind.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.